Well, as we continue to get closer to Christmas, of course, a lot of people have hopes and dreams of what they want to accomplish towards the new year. And, well, it won't start until you take that first step. And here to tell us about his journey all across the world is travel photographer Samuel Garza. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Now, I mean, I have to admit, I read your story. I read everything you've done over the past forever now, but tell, for the viewers at home who don't know your journey, tell us what were you doing before and what made you want to step out of your comfort zone and really get out there?
Well, for the past 10 years, I've worked in the Washington, D.C. area as a U.S. government consultant. A lot of contracts over the past 10 years. Of course, that involved a lot of travel. So it was that travel that kind of got me into travel photography, of course. But it was a fulfilling profession. It was a fulfilling job. But I think as I traveled a lot for work, I always took my camera with me. And it was that photography side that started to kind of grow within me. And one day I just made a decision that this is something that I want to expand on and pursue. And I went for it. I lived for it about a year ago, and it's been very rewarding so far.
And what are some of the cool places that you've traveled? Because I mean, I saw the pictures; they are amazing. But tell us where some of these pictures you took at.
The past year has been mainly Europe. But I think one of the most dynamic and fascinating areas that I was able to go in Europe was Eastern Europe, which is a part that I had never been to. So it was the Balkan area, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, Montenegro, Macedonia, and of course the new country of Kosovo. A little different. Some people might think it's a little shady just because of what happened in the early 90s, but it was definitely dynamic, historically rich, fascinating areas between sort of east and west. You have Turkey nearby, so it was a fantastic trip.
And we've seen so many movies about people who travel, about the journey that they go through. I mean, just as you've gone through your travels, just seeing some of these images and capturing them on photography. I mean, how do you? I guess, how do you handle those emotions of seeing some of that stuff? I mean, it's
very emotional for me. I think a photograph should be something that should be inspirational, something that is motivation, that is serve as a motivation for people. But there were some moments early in the morning where I was so used to so many levels to get to work, where getting to work that morning was walking through some of the most picturesque landscapes you can imagine, setting up your tripod and getting to work. So I think sometimes you have to stand back behind that tripod and behind your camera and not just look through it, but look at what you're doing. And it puts it into perspective. But that journey from where you came to that one spot at that one moment is captured in the image. So it's not just what you're shooting, but what led to that shot. And to me, that's motivational.
And what do you have to say to the people out there who I guess are a little scared of taking that first step in achieving their dreams? Because this was your dream. So what do you want to tell people out there who are a little scared of taking that first step?
Well, fear is the biggest factor that I think so many people can overcome. They listen to fear rather than their dreams or their goals. And there's that inner voice in you that's kind of muted out through the bombardment of what society or what people think you should be, whether it be from your parents, whether it be from your friends. But that voice never stops. And it's just making the decision of what you're going to listen to. And I just made the decision, you have to listen to your inner voice, and then you have to turn the strategic and the planning into a tactical. In other words, you have to say, I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to do it now. There is no perfect plan. There is no perfect time. Sometimes you just got to jump out of that plane, pull the chute, and see where you land. And I think that's the key. That's right.
Now, we're already out of time, but you're actually going to be showcasing some of your artwork or some of your photography. Tell us, when is it and how can people check it out?
The show is there's two shows, two expositions and presentation of Behind the Images, A Journey for Perspective. And that's kind of like where I've come from the past 10 years into this business. It's going to be at the Weslaco Museum on December 6th at 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. and also on December 20th, same time, 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. at the Weslaco Museum in downtown Weslaco. It's a beautiful museum. We're really excited. You can get tickets at my website at www.historyhiker.com.
Awesome. And so make sure you guys visit him. What's the website one more time?
www.historyhiker.com.
Historyhiker.com. So make sure you guys check out that website. Definitely check out his photography. It is amazing. You're going to love it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, but there's still so much more ahead on Good Day Valley. Don't go anywhere.